So aren't Teardrop owners supposed to be minimalists? You know, pack light, live small, save the world? Well, if that's the case, we are going to disappoint a lot of people in this video. Hey everyone, welcome back to Playing with Sticks. If you are new to the channel, this is a channel devoted to small camper trailers, tips and tricks to help you have a more simple and gratifying camping experience. If that sounds anything like you, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell. So what if I told you sometimes you can actually make camping too simple? What if you can actually take minimalism too far and actually ruin your camping experience? Let me show you what I mean.
Come join us for the party.
Coming in.
It's gonna be a fairy light party.
Oh, a fairy light party.
Our favorite kind of party.
My favorite party, East.
Fairy lights are all set up.
When we took out our first Teardrop trailer, we had no idea what the overall impact would be on our camping experience. And my wife and I were like, why don't more people do this?
You want the hat off too? Okay, we gotta change into our pajamas.
But then a month or two into it, we started realizing maybe people have a reason for not doing this. This is kind of uncomfortable, and it feels a bit too close to regular camping. And 2 or 3 days in, and we were already ready to head back home.
Hey, where you going? Stay still, your daddy's driving.
Our goal as a family has always been to travel light, affordably, and stay out as long as possible. We were able to meet 2 of those needs, travel light and travel affordably. But we still struggled to meet that third goal, which was staying out camping days on end. And to be honest, we just weren't comfortable, like, at all. But why? Honestly, was our Teardrop too small? Did we need that RV that had the kitchen, the shower, the sofa? That weekend, I was poking around Cabela's and I saw those big camp chairs, you know, the ones you see RVers have that are sitting under their awnings. And I thought to myself, you know, a bit of pride creeped into my head and I said, you know, at least I don't have to have one of those chairs like those guys to make me happy. Little did I know that by the end of the month, not only would my wife own one of these big comfy chairs, but I would own one sitting right beside her, feeling a sense of comfort and joy I have never felt outdoors. Oh, this is a slippery slope. The last thing we need to do is give up some of our precious cargo space. I looked over at May and said, what else could we upgrade? So at that point we were using one of those small collapsible tables to hold our water, to hold our food, when we just kind of moved it from place to place. But it did feel a bit limited in what it could hold. I mean, honestly, this thing was this big, so that's all you could fit on it. So, you know, who knows? Maybe having more space to spread things out on would be nice. So what did we do? We went straight to our Cabela's and we got ourselves the largest 2-in-1 Coleman table. You know, the table with the white on one half and then the metal grate on the other so you can cook on one side and prep on the other.
That's enough. That's enough water, buddy.
Oh man, this thing is a game changer. So we set up camp the first day, put the stove on the metal side, put the water jug on the other side, and just leave it there for the day. Now day 2 comes around and we're starting to accessorize the table with our little camp hooks that we love using on everything.
To kind of break things up.
Now besides all the extra space we have to lay our pots and pans and dishes, we now have hooks all over it to hold the towels, the cooking utensils, all the extra supplies. It is like a mobile kitchen. This is that same table we made the video about limiting your water usage when camping. It's a tips and tricks video on showing you how to do dishes with very limited water. I'll put the link in the description below. So now we have one massive table, 2 large camp chairs, and an extra table we probably should have been leaving at home. All out there, all adding to the new campsite. And it didn't stop there. The next weekend we go out and buy our instant pop-up, the Lightspeed tent that you guys talk about so often and ask about so often. Before that Lightspeed tent, we were using the blue little pop-up, weighed less than 2 pounds, fit nicely on the floor of the Teardrop and took up no space. Our new Lightspeed tent is a robust tent. It almost quadruples our space for showering. It's basically strong enough to be an ice fishing shelter, and we're now using this tent for holding our family in the evenings. Yes, it's tight, but we can fit in the camp chairs, a little side table, and our little propane heater to keep us just all comfy warm. If you want to see that tent in more detail, I've linked below our $40 shower video and then our berry picking video that both shows our family fitting inside this thing to kind of give you an idea of the size of this tent and its functionality. So the responsible thing at this point would be to leave that little blue privacy tent at home. But nope, we decided to continue taking out the blue privacy tent. It is now going to be our bathroom. This isn't simple anymore. I thought this channel was about simplicity. What are they doing? Okay, it's getting out of control, right? I mean, just imagine the space we're taking up and the weight we're adding to our car and our trailer. And I'm gonna touch on that really soon, and you're gonna be surprised on the results. And yes, it is getting out of control, and it is starting to snowball. And we're just getting started. So the next upgrade was like completely bananas in terms of weight saving and space saving. So at the time we were using a canopy as a side entry tent to protect us from the rain and just give us a little place to hide out under. If you want to check out our video about our suggested side entry tents and awnings, I'll put it in the description below. So I mentioned we use awnings to protect us from the rain and give us a place to eat our meals. But we do live in Alaska, I probably should mention that, and we do now have 2 kids. And our evenings have turned into us versus mosquitoes.
Look at that.
Oh, you got some on your hands there too, huh?
Yeah.
I guess it was time for us to get a real side entry tent. One that was larger and offered more protection from the bugs. So most of you have seen this video. It's our video about our favorite boondocking tent. I'll put a link in the description below. So before we go on to the next upgrade, I think it's worth just stopping here and saying, did all these upgrades actually increase our camping experience? First off, almost instantaneously, these new creature comforts that we brought with us increased our travel days or our days camping from 2 to 3 days to 5 to 7 days, and longer trips here and there. No longer did we have the need to come home for a nice comfy shower, a bed, or comfy living space. Before adding these items, we thought our car was pretty much maxed out in terms of weight and space. Come to realize, adding these items really didn't impact the weight, the gas mileage didn't change, and space really didn't change for the car. Now there was an impact, but it was in the Teardrop. We no longer were able to just pull over on the side of the road and jump in the Teardrop and read a book or take a quick nap. We now had to pull over, take everything, all these new items out of the Teardrop, move them into our car, get our nap, to then take all the items back out of the car, back into the Teardrop. But I'm gonna be honest with you, naps are kind of a thing of the past for our family. With the 2 additions of the boys in our family, they're taking naps while we're driving on the road, and May and I getting a nap, as good as it sounds, it's probably not gonna happen that often, so I think the trade-off is definitely worth it for our family. So what other items do we lug around that aren't necessities, but they sure add to the overall camping experience? Well, at this point in our travels, we thought we had it all. But as we added these larger items and our days outside started increasing, the increased days now presented new challenges that we never had before. So one issue we kind of ran into was the longer we stayed out, the less we started making campfires in the evening. And this was because we started feeling kind of icky going to bed. We'd feel sooty, we'd feel like we were bringing the smell of the campfire inside to our little Teardrop. So this one was an easy fix. We mentioned in our 15 gift ideas video for RV owners, the small portable fire pits.
When your son asks for marshmallows on a quarantine Easter, all you get is those baby marshmallows.
And these are fire pits that are ran with gas. They're less than $100. They don't take up a lot of space. Now what we're doing when we go out, we're using a real fire 2-3 times a week. And then the rest of the time we're just using this portable gas fire. You still can cook the marshmallows on it. You still get that good ambience. Yes, it's not the real thing, but it's about as close as you can get out there and have a good soot-free night of sleep. If you follow the channel at all, you know we primarily boondock. And being off-grid and doing dry camping, the longer you stay out, you start realizing things run out. And one of the first things for us, especially doing this YouTube, is our camera batteries run out, our phone batteries, the overall battery of the Teardrop to run the fan and the lights. This was another easy fix. We got into solar portable generators. These little things are game changers when you're staying outdoors. You don't have to change your system. If you don't have enough power, you don't have to add additional AGM batteries that weigh a ton. No fuses, no wiring. Everything is contained in one small little lightweight box, and that powers the entire trailer. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention solar panels. We carry solar panels too. We've added them to our mix. They're the thicker, heavier, old school ones. I'm assuming soon we'll probably go to the suitcase style so they can just be shoved under the bench of a truck seat or something like that. Alright guys, I know I missed a few. Let me know in the comments below what you bring out with you that adds to your overall camping experience, even if it does add some weight, take up some space, or just a necessity that I completely missed. But guys, I love this community. I'm having so much fun. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.